Hey butterflies, so I have to get this message out today so I can go over there and start working on my hair. I need to get a retighten, a retwist going on. But I got this message when I was in the car and I was like, okay, let me get home, let me take a nice little shower or whatever. And I just did another message because Spirit said that other message was supposed to go before this message. And so this is a grandmother message. And the energy that I was feeling when I was starting to channel the grandmother message was, I was thinking of this energy of habits. You know how they say habits take 21 days to create? So the same way it takes 21 days to create a habit, it takes 21 days to get rid of a bad habit, right? And I was hearing this grandmother energy say old habits die young. Old habits die hard. I'm hearing both of those. And so it's giving this energy of not being too hard on yourself. If you keep going back to some habits that you've had, that you've stopped, that you've tried to stop, that you've been making a priority to, keep from doing, but it just keeps falling into your hands type of vibe. I'm getting this energy of it's okay. Get back up and try it again. Okay. It's just more so of, I'm getting this energy of how are you going about making your changes? How are you speaking about your changes? Right. So for example, how when the message started and, it was said that it takes 21 days to form a habit, right? Most times when we say, oh, I'm stopping this, it's usually hard to stop doing that thing because we're thinking of it in the negative versus looking at it of like, why are you doing this thing first? Okay, so let's look at why are you doing the thing in the first place? Because all of it is valid. So why are you doing this thing? Or why do you act this way? What causes it, right? So now that you identify what the why, right? You identify another method to replace what you want to stop, okay? So then it becomes 21 days of creating a new habit. And the new habit is the new method that you use to conquer an old habit that you want to stop. So you're basically replacing, so say if it's an unhealthy habit, so you're replacing an unhealthy habit with a healthier habit. You get what I'm saying? So versus saying like you got an addiction to sugar, right? Certain sugars are better than other sugars. So you could say that you're replacing every time you want to buy a pack of Starburst, that you're going to replace that with eating an orange or a tangerine or an apple or something, okay? So a cup of grapes, okay? So you're replacing that habit with something else. And grandmother is saying, don't be so hard on yourself when what you're doing is not the easiest. Like you changing these habits, you doing this differently is not easy. You breaking this generational curse, you changing around something that you've always done is not going to be the easiest thing to do. It's not going to be the easiest thing to do. It's going to be a challenge sometimes. So in that challenge, how can we make it easier? So instead of saying, I'm quitting smoking, the more you keep saying, I'm quitting smoking, you're still kind of manifesting it into your life. So instead of saying, I'm quitting smoking, think of something else that you can do that changes you from smoking, but it gives you the same relief as smoking does. So now you're doing this habit and you no longer even think about the smoking. Okay. Let's get what our cards were. Something told me to pull one card from the 3 decks that I typically use for the grandmother messages. So we have the Ace of Earth coming out with nettle. And you know what's crazy? Nettle is a detox herb with this Ace of Earth. And Ace of Earth is all about abundance, starting something new that's going to create abundance. You know how they say our body is our temple? And how we take care of our body is like our worth, right? It's worth riches and golds and all of that. And so with the Ace of Earth and the Nettle, it's giving the energy of some of you all, like what your thing is what you eat. And what you said you was going to stop eating, but then you to mess around and still eat and do it again. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you know, go through a nice detox and get it out of your system. Okay. And start new, find something different that works with your body better. Some things may even, I'm hearing, cause bloating with you. So you want to watch out for that as well. If something causes bloating with you, find a healthy alternative or something to help keep the swelling off of you. Okay. The Ace of Baskets. Come through all the aces. It's a new day. It's a new beginning. It's favor upon you. With this Ace of Baskets is a man, and his ancestor is standing behind him with his hand on his shoulder to let him know that he has him. He has his back. 5:55 on the recording time. He has his back through everything of what he's doing, what he's working on, okay? You don't have to go through this alone. Find a community of people. Get support. You know, ask for help from other people. It's like, this is a new path and a new journey for you that's meant to be felt. You're supposed to feel this journey. The more you feel it, the more connected you get to it, the more abundant it begins to feel. Okay? And so this is just giving the vibe of allow yourself to feel the journey, allow your ancestors in to help you, allow support groups in to help you. You know, use different resources. I'm hearing is resources out there available to you to help you through this if you need it. It's a lot of green, even in both of these cards, okay? And green is heart chakra. And that can deal a lot with forgiveness, healing heartbreak, healing disappointments as well. So if you were healing from a disappointment of, you know, someone in the past not showing up for you or being there for you when you needed them, knowing that there is a new beginning. There's also this yellow in there at the solar plexus. So trusting people to be their authentic self. So even the people who don't show up in the manner of how we want them to show up, still being able to respect them, to see them for how they can show up and who they are, you know. Just because someone is, you know, even selfish, I don't know why I gotta say this, but just because someone is selfish and stuff doesn't make them just this horrible person. It's just that you understand how to deal with them, how to work with them. They're being their authentic self. You know that you can't ask them for those type of, you know what I'm saying? Because they selfish. But does that mean that you gotta stop loving them? No. They've just shown you who they are. And so you just know what type of support you need. And if you can't get support and help from certain people or certain places, go where you will get it. And that's, you know, healthy and not bad for you. Yeah, 3 of Baskets. 3 of Baskets is all about friendship, collective, community, finding new people to get connected to, okay? That's the 3 of Baskets. So you need to not try to do this alone, especially with something that you've been doing for quite some time. When it comes to, I hate saying the word habits, but you know, when it comes to, what's another word for habit? Oh, let me go to the thesaurus. I want to do another word for habit. I don't want to say habit. Let's go to the thesaurus. Why was I thinking the other day, speaking of thesaurus, when I was in a car, I was like, oh my gosh, a lot of these new kids are not going to know what a thesaurus is. They don't teach that in school anymore, y'all. A lot of the things that we learned in school, new kids don't learn. They're not going to know what a synonym, how to find synonyms. So let me stop. Okay, a practice. Okay, a practice or a tendency. I don't want to call it an addiction. An addiction is a synonym as well. Or manner. I think we're going to say practice or tendency. It's interesting. Okay, they have quirk on here. Okay. Yeah, so something that you've been practicing ritualistically, like something that you've been doing for quite some time that you're used to, is going to take some time to, you know, get away from. But with this 3 of Baskets energy, though, I just really feel like, because look at this card, it's like they're having a picnic out in the woods. You just need to find other people who are interested in things that you're into, okay? Find those people and you're going to be good. You got patience. It takes patience. But you got to authentically be yourself. And you got to be open to true friendship as well. Because if you're not open to feedback, if you're not open to people who have a different opinion or different feelings, then it's not going to work for you. You got love partnerships. So yeah, like people who you can fall in love with. You know, you can fall in love with your friends. Something that you really love and care to do, because if you really love and enjoy it and really want to do it, then you're going to put your time and energy into it, okay? When you really want to do something, you're going to put your time and your energy into it. I'm hearing that Luther Vandross song, Make Me a Believer. Give yourself a timeline to show yourself you can do this, you know. And sometimes we gonna backslide, okay? Sometimes we go backslide on some stuff that we said we weren't gonna do no more. It happens, y'all. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens. We just get up. We may cry, wipe some stuff off, be mad, you know, say something, but then speak life back into yourself. Speak life back into yourself. It's a new day, new opportunity, new moment to get it, you know, to make it happen. And so old habits, you know, they die hard sometimes. Like it takes a while sometimes, but you're gonna be able to get through it. You know, if it's something that you've been doing for quite some time, you know, it's gonna take some time to get through that thing. So I'm just hearing, have grace with yourself. Have grace. Y'all know in the past reading when I said something about that man that be out here with his dog without a leash on, and that how dangerous it was, 12-12 on the time. I had put something out to the universe, and so yesterday I was outside with the dogs, and he came out there with the dog, and I said, I have both my dogs over here, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, he went and put the dog on the leash, because, you know, one of my dogs is a pit bull, and like, baby would have towed him up, okay? And he ended up getting him, and they ended up going another direction, so he just walked past. Guess what? He got a leash on that damn dog. I'm sorry, Granny. Dang dog, okay? Things gonna happen when it needs to happen. People do things out of habit until faced with something new, you know? And so even with you, I mean, some people get triggered to do things after something happens in their life, and they're just like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this, you know? So whatever you do, when you do it, baby, do it standing tall, okay? When I eat something, I know I said I was done eating and I wasn't gonna eat no more, I do it with a proud face, okay? I do it with pride, because I know I'm doing it on intentionally. So whenever you do something, you might as well not beat yourself up about it. You might as well enjoy it while you're doing it, okay? But you got the Hermit that's coming out. This is an energy of you may need to remove yourself from spaces that tempt you from doing something, that tempt you from engaging in something. So you may need to get away and like be a way to create a new habit, so that then when you're around these tempting spaces, it's not as tempting, because you've been away for so long, okay? Grandmother, any other energy? It's something about at nighttime, having some type of routine or something of what you do at nighttime that's very important. I feel like it really affects your morning as well. How you end your night affects how you begin your morning. You have the Mother of Wands that's coming out. She's so beautiful. I love this orange. That's sacral energy, which is creating energy. But then also that yellow with the sunflower with the solar plexus. So personal, within personal identity, you have personal, like a positive ego energy that's coming out, but then also this creator energy with this sacral. And you know what's crazy? So talk about transmuting, right? So when you're celibate, celibacy energy, sexual energy is all sacral energy, the color orange. A way to transmute it in another habit would be, instead of, you know, craving that energy, you put it into your work, you put it into your art, you put it into what you create and what you do. And so it's coming from that same energy source, but you're just using, you're creating a new habit, you know, a new, what's it called? A new ritual, a new practice. Okay. And this is the same energy of what I'm getting with this Hermit and the Mother of Wands, is like taking all of that fire energy, what you know, all of that, and putting it into something different. You know, some of you all may have been out wasting time doing things, wasting time and money. And so by you stopping something and creating a new habit, it'll save you some money. You know what I'm saying? Or save you some time. Grandmother, what's another message? You have card number 25. I am worry-free. I release worry over things I cannot control. Instead, I choose to focus on things that are pleasing to me. When I release worry, I allow room for solutions to enter my life. I am worry-free. The things that are pleasing. So whatever you do, do it with joy, honey. Okay? Do it with joy. Whenever I eat something that I say I was done eating and not eating again, I'm sitting there smiling while I'm eating it, honey. Okay? Because I did it consciously. So why would I not enjoy it? Okay? But you have, I trust myself. I am wise. I am brave. So things gonna happen in divine time and how it needs to happen in the first place. So don't beat yourself up. When it's time, when you're ready, everything will fall into place. But you just know that you got to have something there and available to replace it for you, okay? For that transition, or you're going to find yourself right back doing it again. So that's the vibe, y'all. Everything is divine timing, you know, and if you agree, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. Everything is divine timing. I appreciate you all for being here. And as always, always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what you want to do, period. And as always, my loves, continue to bloom, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.